countered that and made it look easy.
What a counter! There's the reversal. It's like he read his opponent's mind. Man, I don't mind telling you, JR, this Umaga scares the heck out of me.
He's a savage. He's primal, a carnivore, like some kind of wild animal.
Yeah, and if he wasn't competing in the WWE, they'd probably have him locked up in a cage and charge admission just to see him.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You gotta keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly.
You've got to love Ric Flair. The Nature Boy doesn't let anything... Uh-oh. Come on. You gotta stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
Yes! That was an incredible move! What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheap, plain and simple. I think this crowd's giving the...
Here's the cover, JR!
A count of 2, and the referee's hand was coming down for the 3.
These superstars are putting on a great match so far, JR. But if they drop the ball, these fans will let them hear about it.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. These competitors know that their paychecks come straight from the WWE fans. They're not going to let them down.
Yeah, but if they don't keep the fans happy...
If wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean. But that's not the case now, is it? Man, would you look at the size and what a slobber knocker of a shot with that sledgehammer.
That'll rearrange your facial features for sure, JR. Ric Flair's a 16-time world champion, JR. 16 times! There's not a WWE superstar in history who's done that.
Yeah, and if a single one of those title reigns didn't start with a gang taking some liberties with the rules, I'll eat my damn hat.
Wow! Listen to these fans, JR!
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time. Good Lord! Listen to the sound of flesh and bone impacting off those steel steps.
You'd have to be an idiot not to take advantage of those steps, JR. And he's no idiot.
Oh no! Not into the steel steps!
Oh man! That's not something you can just shake off either, JR. Smashing his opponent's face right into those ring steps.
And those steps are solid steel. I can only imagine the damage they must be doing. They call him the Samoan Bulldozer. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words. There's absolutely no question in my mind that Ric Flair is one of the true legends of this business. I just think it's a shame that many of his accomplishments are based on cheating, deception, and underhanded tactics.
Haven't you ever heard the expression, the ends justify the means, JR? Ric Flair's held a world championship more times than any other superstar ever. You're telling me that that's not worth a little dirty dealing?
It's more like a little dirty dealing, King. There's a reason Flair's called the dirtiest player in the game.
Oh, come on, JR. That's just an expression. The only people who take that seriously are the ones who don't want to give the Nature Boy the credit he's earned.
Oh no, we know what this is.
The Samoan Spike! That can crush your windpipe, JR. I've been looking forward to this match all night, JR. I can't believe it's finally underway.
This has been a hotly anticipated contest, and as far as I'm concerned, it's living up to the hype.
No question about that, JR. The fans certainly seem to be into it, that's for sure.
And when it comes down to it, that's all that matters.
I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? My God, a thunderous blow from that sledgehammer.
Man, talk about getting hammered.
I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR.
He's looking to finish his opponent off right here.
Oh, man, what a Samoan spike. Would have thought you could do that much damage with a thumb. Man,
Good grief! I don't care how tough you are. A chair shot is a chair shot.
and you can't take too many of those and expect to continue. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having.
What a vicious chair shot!
That chair was never meant to be used like that, JR. Oh my gosh! Look at all that blood! That's gonna leave a mark.
What a brutal match! The referee should step in there and stop this thing!
What? Are you crazy? It's just getting good, JR. Oh man! Did you hear that chair shot, JR?
I'd be surprised if there was a single person in this arena who didn't, King. He should be disqualified for that.
For what? I didn't see anything wrong with that. Oh boy, these fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say he went straight for the pin. No eyes on him.
Here's your winner,